presidential race right now affects us?
Yes.
How does it affect us?
Well, it affected in my opinion. It affects us both in a good and bad way. Because like in a bad way, because like they could like any bad effects they have to do with by then it's like it's real hard to change things. Like we saw that with Ron Reagan, he screwed up stuff up with the country and the economy, and it's still hard to fix that, even with president voters and stuff like that. But at the same time, it shows like younger generations more not to do more voting, and younger candidates like to not be like.
Someone of that high of power has a lot of impact on our lives, in our country in general, maybe difference in how the world sees us and how our society looks next.
So, do you believe the presidential race affects our community here?
Yes, I do.
And how and why does it affect? Like, what specific things does it affect here in Oregon?
Well, the immediate thing is it affects the government policies that will go into place, especially with the Supreme Court justices that will probably be coming open in the next few years. So, like you're talking wide-ranging things of like privacy and all this stuff it's going to come down to who wins the election. 16 years ago, there was nothing called No Child Left Behind. And we had a presidential election, and 2 years later, standardized testing came in. So if they hate taking all these EOCs and EOGs and SLOs and SATs and ACTs, all these acronyms that they're taking, that comes directly from government educational policy. So if nothing else, it affects their future for the next 2 or 3 years by how they're implementing, how they're going to measure how much students are learning and growing in the classroom. So do you think the presidential election affects us?
Yes, I think it affects us.
How and why? Like, what specific things about the does it affect?
Well, the way the president's, the future president runs our country now is going to affect us in 4 years when we're out in the world.
Or not? Why or how? And are you friends with what would you say to students who don't like vote?
Since I don't vote, I'm not sure.
I think it does because it's like people have different opinions, people are getting at it, and we're in that county, so people go for Trump, people go for Hillary, you just don't know what's happening. I prefer Hillary, so I would choose Hillary.
Okay, so do you think the presidential election affects us here in our community?
Yes.
Why or how do you think?
Because you have someone like Trump who wants to come in and change compared to what the public wants. They want certain things, but certain things. Something that's big for me, and that Hillary doesn't like is the Second Amendment. Keep the Second Amendment and keep your rights. Because they want to go slowly make it to where they can change. That's how it's going to affect this area. That's how it's going to affect the country.
Thank you. What would you say to students who disagree with their opinion?
They have the right to own opinion.
Thank you.
I think it definitely affects us as students because, like, it affects like our, I guess our integration, so to speak, because we're all very diverse, and we have so many different races and gender roles, I guess. So,
What? Okay, technically answered why or how.
looking at the way like the presidential candidates treat each other, like that's not something I like appreciate in our school. Like they're setting up a role model for our country, which is almost based on hate, and that's like scary enough for us as kids.
And what would you say to students who don't agree with you?
I mean, they're kind of some of the biggest role models for us as we're going through college, which is like one of the most influential people like in our life. So, I mean, there's no way to really see that it's not